Hello, today I want to share with you a practice about finding a space of nonviolence. I was looking for that space in history books, I was looking and reading about colonization, I was looking and reading about so many things, and then I realized that the place that I was looking for was in fact a state within that we have and all of us have access to in the moment right now. And the practice that I did was of receiving. So I was walking and walking, and in my I I was running and I couldn't understand why I wasn't comfortable still. And what came was the pressure of knowing everything all the time. I need to know, I need to know, I need to grab. I need to grab more knowledge, I need to grab more resources and things like that. And perhaps not all of us have this thing of constantly needing to know and constant perfectionist thing, but I discovered it, so I thought I'll share it with you. And the practice that I did goes like this. So find yourself a place where you can stand and you can allow your hips to drop, right? So you can do some circles, you can find the sounds of pleasure, right? So from these sounds, and after you release all the major anything that's been like really stuck, this is actually really helpful with peaceful conflict management as well. Is firstly to release the heavy emotions, whatever the sounds that you want to make, whatever you want to squeeze and release, right? Whatever for the breath to be able to go down. That's the first step. Also, it's very good to go swimming and find the time when cold water swimming is good for you. Women on the periods, I would be quite careful there as soon as you still breathe, right? But sometimes we just get so overwhelmed. I know. That's how the society is built. We just get overwhelmed and it's in our body, right? So what I invite you is to allow yourself to actually go. And like when you dance, you can also get your head fully down. So not like this, but like this. When you allow yourself to fully get into your animal self, to reconnect to nature. This is the most important thing, because from that you naturally would want to be playful, right? So you can pretend to be awake, you can pretend so many things, and you can pretend, put your hands here and see if there is space when you breathe between these two places and these two places, and receive the energy when you do it. So when you inhale, you don't need to move, you just receive the energy. And this is when the not knowing thing disappears automatically. And if you still have something that you need to urgently decide, it will either come to you as a solution because you will have space and you will have opened the channel of receiving instead of grabbing, right? So this is when the energy comes in. You can also practice this with your heart, with your face, with your third eye, and this is the energy around you. You don't have to have sunny weather to do this. You can just be in nature as you are. So you can breathe with me. You can imagine that you're doing this motion. It can be very slow. The whole purpose is not for you to show off or move a certain way, but the whole purpose here is to feel, right? Feel the spaciousness, the peace that you're looking from the outside. It comes from right now. It comes from knowing to self-manage, and it comes from knowing how to communicate. Take that energy, make sure that it is inside of you. These exercises are really helpful as well. The voice and the body together, moving together with the squeezing and releasing, allowing the breath to circulate, allowing the energy to circulate. Food really helps with that as well. and allowing any detoxes or anything like that, but in a very wise way. That's why I suggest checking out certain people who care about food and make that their life's purpose to help people understand how to eat and how to do detoxes. Because if we blame something on the outside and if we seek constantly something from the outside, then we'll never really have space for it inside. Whatever it is that we so desire or miss, whatever it is, it's a practice of allowing yourself to give that to yourself. And this is practice. You give yourself space and you inhale sun, or you inhale new beliefs, like I can, and you actually put that into your body and you put that into the action. Whatever it is that you think you're not free, or wherever that you want to evolve or develop into, this is exactly it. Giving it space and moving from that feeling. And this next thing is going to be about the conflict resolution. I care so much about conflict resolution because I wasn't good at it. And all of us have histories, but when we come into the now, on our personal level, how do we make it non-violent? Well, first of all, we have a light. Every single soul, people who are killing people right now, have light inside, have this inner child, have this innocence inside of them that has been really distorted and twerked and tweaked. And some people do forget their humanity and they turn into a brick kind of thing energetically, and they stop vibrating. They just shut off. Parts of them are in deep freeze, and I think so many of us in the society are in deep freeze. So when the conflict resolution can't happen, it's more an energetic thing that we need to do. We need to learn how to let this energy to flow. Children understand me so much better when I say this, and children naturally move right before we put them into freeze, into boxes as well. And maybe it's the best thing in the current evolution process. Maybe, I don't know. But I feel like we could always question things, and we can always try new things and build new things as well that are more beneficial for the well-being of a child. And then society stuff. So when you meet a person who you think is getting angry or upset, whatever, it's really important to remember that we are all here to help each other's best interests. Best interests doesn't mean the same interests, it means we're still unique, but we don't force. So when we force ourselves to be something that we're not, this is a whole different topic. The art of not forcing is a whole different topic that I will speak about later. So when we meet another person, it's really important to say that my best interests are your best interests because we are in the same planet. Um, it this conflict resolution and my best interests are your best interests is probably the most important thing to get on Earth. So I am now understanding and realizing that I do not know is okay. I do not know opens the whole lot of potential, the whole lot of desire to grow. But if we keep thinking that we know everything, there is no more development. There is a block, and it can be in different parts of our body. And this is for all the perfectionists out there. And another thing that I wanted to express is that learning to communicate, one, acknowledging people's fears. Two, saying that, how do I do this? Two, saying that we are on the same team. I want what's best for you. You want what's best for us. Let's find this. Let's find this common ground, right? And three, saying that none of us are perfect. All of us are learning. All of us don't know everything, and that's okay. That's a very humbling feeling that allows us to breathe. And yeah, so I'm still discovering if I believe in chakras and how all of this works, and if here is a block of love, but also we have our bags and spaciousness once again. So, this spaciousness is something that I feel humanity really needs, the spaciousness and the opportunity to breathe. But at the same time, we are the medicine, we are the people who can make things happen, and we have so much more than we think we are. When we come together in this safe space of to express together, to dance together, to create together, to speak together in a non-violent way, not attached to something that happened in the past, we might arrive to now and we might have a better future. Because if we keep doing things like they don't work before, things that come from being extremely upset with each other, we won't have the future. And it comes from your own relationship to the moment into life, to the relationship that you might have with someone else, to family, to society, and everything around us. And this is all I wanted to say for today. Thank you for listening. Ask me questions. Let's keep practicing. I will keep you updated for any events or workshops or retreats or immersives that I do online and in person. And it would be lovely for me to chat with you, and it will be lovely for us to explore our humanity together and to build better relationships and relations and understand and learn things and get rich in a different way. Remember our own richness that is already here and connect and enrich even more in a non-violent way. Thank you very much. And I will speak more about the violence and aggression and how it's different. Thing but same energy that comes out to you, and how it's important to tap into that for our human life, if we want to explore. It's a certain stage of development, it's an important stage not to be skipped for the feeling of safety inside. Thank you for being here.